Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Tasya Permata. I am from Public Administration Department, 6th level, Class F, State Islamic University of Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung. Here, I will explain about the foreign policy of the United States. This presentation is one of the midterm exam for international organization and administration course. Okay, here there is America First, which I quote from the Wikipedia webpage. America First refers to a policy stance in the US that generally emphasizes nationalism and non-interventionism. The roots of America First policies can be traced to Thomas Jefferson, who promoted the embargo activity of 1807 and later the non-intercourse activity under James Madison. Again, Britain and France, the isolation purpose the activity was to resist the impressment of Americans to serve on foreign peace. And this policy was used by Donald Trump during his reign. President Donald Trump proclaimed the discourse of America First or Make America Great Again. In simple terms, this discourse can be interpreted as an effort to bring the US back to its former glory when farming post-World War II, globalization, and winning the Cold War. Okay, here, foreign policy of the United States, America First, there are four policies. First, regional security policy. The United States, under the leadership of Donald Trump, is scheduled to build a wall that divides the southern region of the United States, which became the barrier between the US and Mexico. The construction of his national border wall was due to the large number of immigrants from Mexico who entered the territory of the United States. President Donald Trump considers immigrants from Mexico, especially illegal immigrants, to only cause problems that can threaten national stability and security, especially in the southern region of the United States. Through his policies, Trump seeks to prioritize the people of the United States in the midst of global competition, especially with Mexican immigrants. Second, climate change policy. For President Trump, the issue of climate change is not a top priority for the United States. The issue of climate change is true to only hinder the progress of the United States in an economic aspect. Some of the controversial decisions that Trump made by signing the U.S. withdrawal from the Environmental Protection Agencies or EPA and the Clean Power Plan or CPP in 2017 and leaving the Paris Agreement for agreement. Third, regional security and immigration policy. Important policy also apply to the immigration sector. Trump has prohibited several countries with a Muslim majority from entering the territory of the United States, including Syrian for refugees who have spread to various countries to seek refuge or travel ban. This policy is closely related to the fight against terrorism. It can be understood that Trump is taking a more direct position to protect his country without any connection with any party or country is surprising activity of terrorism occurring in the United States through immigration policies. And the last, new protectionism policy. One of Trump's most prominent policy concerns in the economic model that tends to be protection. The policy issued by Trump are the main character of political economic realism, where the main character consideration is political security and economic security. Well, the power logic is the right path to explain the political dynamic that have occurred so far. There are several analyses that are quite prominent is in considering this approach. If compliant, then Trump approach is a state building effort, statescraft through an inseparable economic political dimension. First, the US is too big a burden on the world, especially in the international security while other countries enjoy it. Second, the US that time was experiencing economic degradation where global trade based on multilateralism was considered detrimental. Okay, here United States foreign policy. Next is America is back. America is back is the name President Joe Biden as a replacement for the America First policy. The America is back policy was issued by President Joe Biden as the 46th third President of the United States. On January 20, 2021, the new President of the United States was appointed, namely Joseph Robinette Biden or Joe Biden. Under President Joe Biden, the US is expected to return to the direction of the old US foreign policy, namely the multilateralism policy that emphasized diplomacy. This policy is considered important by the world because during the leadership of US President Donald Trump, the US was considered to have experienced a setback due to US foreign policy that emphasized unilateralism so that the US lose its credibility as the main actor in the world politics. The new US President, Joe Biden, is committed to reforming the alliance and normalizing US relations with a number of allied countries, particularly with the European Union and the North Atlantic Trade Organization. Through the Biden administration foreign policy is multilateralism that emphasizes diplomacy. That does mean that the US will be busy interfering in the affairs of other countries. In addition, under President Biden, multilateralism policies will also be an option in addressing environmental and economic issues. The US will also return to participate in the Paris Climate Agreement and rejoin the World Health Organization. The direction of foreign policy taken by President Joe Biden places more emphasis on multilateralism and diplomacy as its core. Multilateralism is not perfect policy, but this policy is still the best choice in solving foreign policy problems. By prioritizing the policy of multilateralism, the US will withdraw the unilateral tariff previously applied by President Donald Trump. And then there are three things the US can do in implementing multilateralism policies, namely, one, commit to pandemic immigration through multilateral cooperation, including by making the UN more responsive and effective and strengthening the World Health Organization to overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. Two, actively involved in efforts to maintain peace and stability both in the world and in the region. Three, to become a major part of the development of a strong and sustainable world economic order again. And these are the resources I have used in working on US foreign policy presentation. I think the explanation of this material is enough. I hope the knowledge again will be useful. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.